Salve a tutti, oggi affrontiamo il tema dei teatri in epoca elisabettiana e come potete vedere ragazzi i teatri si presentavano quasi tutti in maniera molto simile a come l'attuale Globe che si trova a Londra. Non si tratta chiaramente dell'originale ma di una ricostruzione. Come vedete l'interno vi appare sulla sinistra mentre l'esterno sulla destra. Now we start our English lesson. Elizabethan Theatres were built in honor of Queen Elizabeth I because the Queen loved art, music, drama and poetry. In particular, she was really fond of Shakespeare and she liked all Shakespeare's plays. As you can see, this is the theatre, which was the first theatre built during Elizabethan times. It was built in 1576 and it was owned significa di proprietà, by James Burbage. James Burbage was one of the most famous actors of the time. Theatres were popular not only during the reign of Queen Elizabeth I, but also during the reign of her successor, James I. He supported drama and he transformed Shakespeare's company, whose name was Lord Chamberlain's Men, into the King's Men, because this company was the royal company, the company who played the most important performances. The Globe Theatre was built in 1599 in London, in an area of London called Bankside, which is in the south of London. The theatre was destroyed by a fire in 1613. The present Globe is the copy of that original one, and it was opened again in 1997. In this theatre, every year you can enjoy all Shakespeare's plays. So if you go to London, this is a good opportunity to watch, spending little money, one of Shakespeare's performances. This is a picture of the internal structure of theatres, and as we can see, all theatres were circular or octagonal in shape. They were open to the sky, and the stage was in the middle of the theatre, in the centre, where stood poor people who paid only a penny to watch the performance. All around the stage, there were the seats for rich people. So upper classes paid more to watch the performances, and upper classes sat in the galleries. Here is the particular of the stage, which was divided into three parts: the apron stage, the inner stage, and the upper stage. In the apron stage, actors played monologues, soliloquies, like for example Hamlet in his very famous soliloquy. The inner stage was separated by a curtain, as you can see. Curtain means tenda. Finally, the upper stage was dedicated to, for example, balcony scenes, as in the famous balcony scene of Romeo and Juliet. Here, in front of the stage, you can see the yard where poor people stood to watch performances. This black area is the trapdoor. As you can see, all theatres, all Elizabethan theatres did not have special effects. So special effects were narrated or they were explained by actors. Finally, there was another possibility. ghosts, witches came out of this door, and so they entered the middle of the scene. Performances were played in the afternoon around 2:00 p.m. There was a flag hoisted on the theatre the day of the performance, and the start of the performance was signalled by a trumpet sounding 3 times. Every company of actors was made of 25-30 actors. Women could not be actresses, so we didn't have any actress, so female roles were played by boys. Each company had a clown for comic scenes, and plays were written by playwrights with the help of actors. The Shakespeare's company was first called the Lord Chamberlain's Men and later the King's Men. Richard Burbage, as you can remember, the owner of the theatre, was one of the most important actors of the time. Another important aspect of theatres is that there was no scenery. So no interruption in the play, which lasted 2 hours, and the setting was created by words or dialogue, but also by some tools, like for example candles or lanterns. But there was very little scenery because, as we can see, there were no special effects during those times. On the contrary, costumes were really colorful and expensive. They had a very important symbolic meaning because good people were always dressed in white, while evil characters often wear black costumes. Red was often associated with violence or with blood. In general, we can say that the costume underlined the character's social status, but also his moral attitude. Theatres were very popular during Elizabethan times, but also during the reign of James I, but later they were closed in 1644 when the Puritans came to power, because Puritans considered this activity as evil and immoral. So during the Republic all the theatres were closed. Quando finirete di ascoltare questa video lezione, guardate la parte dell'attività che sarà inserita sia sul registro elettronico che su Classroom. Grazie.